Hello everyone, my name's Olive and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I have a little story for you guys today, and this story is about a really scary dream I had and the aftermath of that dream, and I just want to go through the dream and the aftermath of it and through what I remember of the dream because it was quite terrifying for me, at least at the time. This was a dream that more so the aftermath was what made it different than any other dreams for me. So let's just go ahead and get into the story. So I have notes with me on the parts that I remember about the dream, and then just go through each of these bullet points in a detailed manner. So this was back in August 2025. This is like the beginning of August. It's like August 2nd. And I actually remember I made a video about this on my TikTok at the time. It started off with my one of my family members that I actually talked about in my reacting to reposts video, my part 1 to that. My family member that was really just not who likes to co-parent. So it started off with how basically my family member was making me do very crazy things. Like, she was over to our house and she was making us do really crazy things, and we were like, just she was asking me and requesting me to do things, and this was partially from that anxiety she gave me because I didn't really tell you guys about this, but she just kind of like made me go into she just made me do these things, and it was a lot of trauma and stuff. I'll make a different story time video about that stuff because that was pretty scary too. That's partially most likely of what caused this dream. So I was having dreams where she was requesting me to do all of these crazy things, and I don't remember what they were, but they were just things that I was not comfortable with and things that I was not even prepared to do or anything like that. But we were sitting on a bench, and it was me, that family member, and my siblings and my dad. And I remember someone threw up. Someone completely threw up. It was someone who was sitting with us, and I don't know who it was, but it was someone sitting with us, and it was pretty scary for me, and it was traumatizing. It was, well, I don't like to use the word traumatizing because I feel like traumatizing can be a little bit of an over-exaggerated term, but it was scary. It was pretty scary. Okay, this is gonna be TMI, and I don't like this, but this is part of what the dream is. So if any of this stuff makes you uncomfortable, there are topics in this video that just this throwing up thing, that if this stuff makes you uncomfortable, please leave this video and don't watch it, because I don't want anyone to feel uncomfortable watching this video. This is just about a story time. So please, if you feel uncomfortable, just click off of the video or skip over the part, just because I don't want to, I'm gonna describe the way it happened, and I don't want to make it I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable. So please, if this does make you uncomfortable, if this is something that triggers you or some of you, just don't watch the video or skip over the part, just if it makes you uncomfortable, because I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable. So the way she was throwing up was very vigorously, and just completely almost like it was a monster with just spitting out something. It wasn't just someone who threw up. It was just very vulgar and just aggressive, and it almost seemed like some sort of monster, some sort of creature just throwing stuff up very aggressively and loud and just very all over the place. And that was a very scary portion of this. And then after that, I remember I morphed, because when you're dreaming, you know how you morph into different dreams, it's not just the same thing. That's how dreams are. It's just random things and thoughts mixed up in your head. So I went into a different dream, where this is all in the same dream, but this is goes into a different part. So in the different dream, I am a big famous YouTuber who is, and it was somewhat based off of Gloom, who many of you know, who I watch too, that I was Gloom, but it wasn't it was I was her, but it was weird because I was okay, so I was Gloom, and I was this famous YouTuber, or I thought of it as Gloom, and I was building a house with my other YouTuber friends who weren't people I recognized on YouTube or in real life at all. They were random people that were YouTubers that we were building like this big mansion with. And it wasn't people like that Gloom is friends with online or anything. Like these are all made up people in my mind. And I usually have people that I recognize in the videos, or like it's based off of family members or something, but these people I did not know. Basically what happened is they just kind of were just helping me build my mansion in like, I think it was in Bloxburg or something, but it was like all pink and purple, and there were giant windows all over the place, and it was super tall, and it was like, I don't know, like a lot, like multiple floors, and it's really tall and everything, and it's really big and it's really fun, and we were spending a lot of money on it, and we were just kind of just building this thing together. And then let me just check here. Then all of a sudden I say something, and I don't remember what I said. This is because this is, you know, this is all based off of what I remember. Based off of what I said, they decided that they didn't want to be my friend anymore because I was letting the fame get to me, and I was disregarding them because they weren't as famous as me, which isn't something I would ever say. I'm not even famous on YouTube, first of all. I'm not famous at all. Not even in the slightest bit. But in that dream I was, and I was Gloom, it also was weird. But and they were like, I don't want to be your friend anymore, and we're done, and all this stuff. And then I build my house alone, and then it just falls apart, and then it's like all gray, and again, as in like the beginning scene where all the chaos was happening with the throwing up. And it was just all dark, and things just were all falling apart, and then two friends had run off, and then I like go to them, and I'm all sad now, and I'm building this thing, and it falls apart, and then I'm all sad now. And then somehow I'm in my mom's in the front of my mom's house, like my mom's house. I'm on the front steps of her house, and the two YouTuber friends that I was friends with, who got mad at me and stopped being my friend, were sitting on the steps. They were like sitting on the like steps of that chair, and then I was like, hey, I'm sorry. And then like they all of a sudden they wanted to be my friend again. And then I remember one of the people was wearing like this really fuzzy coat, like, you know, like those really fancy fuzzy coats. It's like a jacket, and they're like super fuzzy and all that stuff. That's what one of them was wearing. It was like, I think it was like a brown one with like cheetah prints. This is all based of what I remember, and this is all I remember of this. This is why all these descriptions are like random, because this is what I remember. So they were like, oh, okay, we'll be your friend again. After that, I woke up and I was terrified. I remember my stomach hurt, and I went to eat breakfast with my family. And I remember sitting there eating my breakfast, terrified, with a stomach ache, and just thinking about the vigorous throwing up that was in that story. And so I just was there, and this is actually when I woke up now, and I was just terrified. I finished eating my breakfast, and I'm like afraid that I'm gonna like vigorously throw up like that, like in the movie, not in the dream, not the movie. Oh my god, in the dream. And I was just afraid that was gonna happen to me. And then I go back into bed, and I just lie down there, and I'm pull out my phone, and I make a TikTok video talking about it. And yeah, I was terrified from that dream. Usually it takes me a few minutes to like realize that it was a dream, and like nothing like that was gonna happen. But this took me like 30 minutes, like at least. Like this took me at least half an hour, and I was terrified. Like I was terrified. So it was pretty scary. That's kind of all I have of that dream that I had, but I wanted to share that with you guys because I don't know, dreams are weird, and like I just remember how scary it was, and I still remember it. This was 5 months ago. So it was pretty scary. And yeah, so that's kind of the story of a really weird dream that I had. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is probably, I mean, I've been recording for about I've been recording for like 12 and a half minutes now. But this video is like, once I edit it and stuff, it'll probably be shorter. So this is probably more of a shorter video. Or maybe it won't be, I don't know. It wasn't, depends on how long it is. But this might be just a shorter video because it's not like, you know, it's just kind of about something I remember about a dream, and I still remember it. And yeah, 30 minutes, like it was at least 30 minutes. Usually it takes me pretty quickly to realize it was a dream, but it did not take me quickly at all. Like I was still in a mindset, sitting eating breakfast, just like frozen, thinking of that dream. So yeah, that's the story. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't know if you did. I don't know if anyone enjoys those kinds of things in a dream. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!